Welcome to the 2023 Indiana DMV practice test. We'll go over 60 different practice questions, along with their explained answers to steer you onto the right path to success. But before we get moving, be sure to roll over those like and subscribe buttons. This way you'll always be up to speed on content like this from DMV Geek. Now let's shift into first gear with the first question.
Question 1. If you refuse to submit to chemical testing upon the request of a law enforcement officer, your license will be confiscated and suspended for up to A. 5 years, B. 30 days, C. 1 year, D. 2 years. The answer is D. If you refuse to submit to chemical testing upon the request of a law enforcement officer, your license will be confiscated and suspended for up to 2 years. Question 2. If you fail to yield to an emergency vehicle when required to do so, how many points will be added to your driving record? A. 4 points, B. 8 points, C. 6 points, D. 2 points. The answer is C. If you fail to yield to an emergency vehicle when required to do so, 6 points will be added to your driving record. Question 3. On a multi-lane roadway with a speed limit of 50 miles per hour or greater, you must signal your intention to change lanes how many feet in advance? A. At least 300 feet. B. At least 100 feet. C. At least 50 feet. D. At least 200 feet. The answer is A. On a multi-lane roadway with a speed limit under 50 miles per hour, you must signal your intention to change lanes at least 200 feet in advance. If the speed limit is 50 miles per hour or greater, you must signal your intention at least 300 feet in advance. Question 4. A vehicle's stopping distance is equal to A. The sum of the braking distance and following distance, B. The sum of the braking distance and reaction distance, C. The sum of the reaction distance and following distance, D. The braking distance. The answer is B. Your stopping distance equals your reaction distance plus your braking distance. If you are driving fast or are very tired, or if your vehicle has bad brakes, you will need a greater distance to stop your vehicle. Question 5. In Indiana's habitual traffic violator program, how many major traffic offenses must an Indiana driver be convicted of within a 10-year period to result in a 10-year license suspension? A. 2, B. 3, C. 5, D. 4. The answer is B. Under Indiana's habitual violator program, a driver who is convicted of 3 or more major traffic offenses within a 10-year period will have his or her license suspended for 10 years. Question 6. On a 2-lane road, where should you position your vehicle for optimal safety? A. On the left side, B. On the right side, C. In the center, D. In any part. The answer is C. It is safest to drive in the center of your lane. Leave as much space as you can between your vehicle and oncoming vehicles. Question 7. When 2 vehicles meet on a steep mountain road where neither can pass, which vehicle has the right of way? A. The vehicle that comes first, B. The vehicle traveling uphill, C. The vehicle traveling downhill, D. Both vehicles. The answer is B. When 2 vehicles meet on a steep mountain road where neither can pass, the vehicle traveling downhill must yield the right of way by backing up until the vehicle going uphill can pass. The vehicle facing downhill has more control when backing up. Question 8. This warning sign means A. The road ahead curves to the right and then to the left, B. The road ahead curves to the right, C. A winding road, D. Sharp right and left turns are ahead. The answer is A. This sign indicates a double curve ahead. The road ahead curves to the right and then to the left. If there were a triple curve ahead, a winding road sign would be posted instead: slow down, keep right, and do not pass. Question 9. If you are convicted of how many traffic violations in 12 months, the Bureau of Motor Vehicles will require you to complete a defensive driving course? A. 1. B. 4. C. 2. D. 3. The answer is C. Upon conviction of 2 or more traffic violations in 1 year, you will be required by the Bureau of Motor Vehicles to complete a defensive driving course. Question 10. What does this sign mean? A. You may not park on the left of the sign. B. You may park on the left of the sign. C. At night, you may park on the left of the sign. D. You may not park on either side of the sign. The answer is A. This sign means that you may not park on the left of the sign at any time. Question 11. What is the most important rule to remember in any emergency? A. Run away. B. Do not move. C. Call the police. D. Do not panic. The answer is D. In an emergency, staying calm is crucial for clear thinking and effective response, whether helping yourself, seeking assistance, or taking safety measures. Question 12. You want to turn left at an intersection ahead. A car reaches the intersection from the opposite direction and moves straight ahead. You A. Can turn left. You have the right of way. B. Must make a U-turn and then turn right. C. May not enter the intersection to prepare for your left turn if the light is green. D. Must wait for the car to go through before you turn. The answer is D. When turning left at an intersection, you must yield to oncoming traffic going straight, as they have the right of way. Waiting for them to pass ensures safety and smooth traffic flow. Question 13. When you prepare to make a left turn from a one-way road into a two-way road, you must A. Approach the turn in the left lane or from the left side of a single lane. B. Approach the turn in the right lane or from the right side of a single lane. C. Enter the two-way road to the left of its center line. D. None of the above. The answer is A. To safely turn left from a one-way road onto a two-way road, approach the turn from the left side or left lane of your current road. This ensures you enter the corresponding left lane of the two-way road, promoting smoother traffic flow and minimizing the risk of collisions with oncoming vehicles. Question 14. If the entrance lane is too short to allow acceleration to expressway speed, you should A. Accelerate to expressway speed and blend with traffic. B. Stop and wait for a large space in traffic. C. Reduce your speed to 15 miles per hour or less and blend with traffic. D. Enter the expressway and accelerate quickly. The answer is B. It is not safe to accelerate to expressway speed and blend with traffic. Instead, you should stop and wait for a large enough gap in traffic on the expressway. This is the safer and more responsible choice to ensure a smooth and safe entry onto the expressway without disrupting the flow of traffic or causing potential accidents. Question 15. A driver who approaches an intersection. A. Must drive straight through the intersection, even if another vehicle is already in the intersection. B. Must yield the right of way to traffic already in the intersection. C. Has the right of way over traffic already in the intersection. D. None of the above. The answer is B. A driver approaching an intersection must yield the right of way to vehicles already in the intersection, ensuring safety and orderly traffic flow. Question 16. If you are continually being passed on the right, you should A. Move to the right lane and allow other vehicles to pass you on the left. B. Pull over to the right and stop until the road is clear. C. Increase your speed immediately. D. Move to the left lane and allow other vehicles to pass you on the right. The answer is A. When you are continually being passed on the right, it is an indication that you are driving slower than the traffic in your lane. You should move to the right lane, if available, and allow other vehicles to pass you on the left. This is the safer and more responsible choice as it helps maintain a smoother traffic flow and prevents potentially dangerous situations. Question 17. If a traffic officer signals you to drive through a red light, A. You must call the police. B. You must not obey the officer. Signs and signals take precedence over directions given by traffic officers. C. You must do it. D. You must wait for the red light to turn green. The answer is C. Traffic officers have the authority to direct traffic, and their signals take precedence over regular traffic lights and signs. In such a situation, it's important to obey the instructions of the officer for safety and to ensure the smooth flow of traffic. Question 18. Are drivers allowed to exceed the speed limit to pass other vehicles? A. Yes, but only if they drive with caution. B. No. C. Yes, but only by 10 miles per hour or less. D. Yes, except for school zones. The answer is B. It's crucial to obey speed limits for safety. Passing may be allowed in specific circumstances, but it doesn't justify speeding. If you're passing, stay within the speed limit. Question 19. Your car stalls on the tracks at a railroad crossing, and a collision with a train is imminent. After getting yourself and your passengers out of the car, you should A. Signal the train to stop. B. Get back into the vehicle. C. Run toward the train but stay off the tracks. D. Cross the tracks. The answer is C. Moving away from the tracks and towards the train helps create more space between you and the vehicle, lowering the risk of collision-related injury. Nevertheless, it's crucial to stay clear of the tracks to avoid being hit by the train. Question 20. This sign warns drivers that A. They must turn either to the right or left. B. There is a double curve ahead. C. There is an intersection ahead. D. There is a winding road ahead. The answer is D. This sign warns drivers that there is a winding road ahead. The purpose of this sign is to alert drivers to be prepared for a road with multiple curves or bends. Question 21. A driver with a probationary license may use a telecommunications device while driving if they are A. A high school graduate. B. Making a 911 emergency call. C. Only texting, not talking on the phone. D. Using a hands-free device. The answer is B. In the state of Indiana, a person who obtains a driver's license and is under the age of 21 is operating on a probationary driver's license. Probationary license holders may not drive while using any telecommunications devices, such as a cell phone, unless the device is being used to call 911 to report an emergency. Question 22. Which of the following must you obey over the other three? A. A steady red light. B. A stop sign. C. A police officer. D. A flashing red light. The answer is C. Directions given by traffic officers take precedence over signs, signals, and pavement markings. People authorized to direct traffic include police officers, fire police, highway work area flag persons, and school crossing persons. Question 23. Seat belts are most effective when they are worn by A. The person driving the car. B. All occupants of a car being driven on an expressway. C. Passengers when they are on a long drive. D. All occupants of a car every time the car is driven. The answer is D. When you drive, make sure each person in your vehicle wears a seat belt. In the event of a crash, A person without a seat belt becomes a flying object and a danger to each person in the vehicle. Question 24. When driving near heavy trucks, other drivers and highway users must make allowances for A. The decreased stopping distance required by large vehicles. B. The decreased noise of larger vehicles. C. The increased stopping distance required by large vehicles. D. The increased speed of larger vehicles. The answer is C. When driving near heavy trucks, other drivers and highway users must make allowances for the increased stopping distance required by the large vehicles. Drivers of smaller vehicles should remain in locations where they can be seen by the driver of the large vehicle and where their view of traffic is not blocked by the vehicle. Question 25. Many crashes are caused by A. Drivers traveling too fast for conditions. B. Drivers consistently checking their mirrors and blind spots. C. Drivers yielding the right of way. D. Drivers maintaining a 4-second following distance. The answer is A. Many crashes are caused by drivers who are driving too fast for conditions. Always drive within the legal speed limits and decrease your speed anytime conditions are less than perfect. Question 26. You may continue carefully through an intersection with a yellow light if A. There is an emergency vehicle crossing your lane. B. There are pedestrians crossing. C. You are already within the intersection when the light changes to yellow. D. You are turning right. The answer is C. If a steady yellow light appears when you are already within an intersection, you should continue through the intersection carefully. Question 27. A good rule to remember for passing is A. Pass on the right whenever possible. B. Drive with the flow of traffic and pass only as needed. C. Try to get to the front of any slow-moving traffic so that you can see better. D. Always flash your lights and sound your horn to alert other drivers to your intentions. The answer is B. Each time you pass another vehicle, there is an increased chance for a collision. If you are moving faster than surrounding traffic, you will have to continue passing others. Drive with the flow of traffic, within the legal speed limit, and pass only as needed. Question 28. What should you do when you are going to enter a roadway from a private road? A. Blow your horn to warn cars you are entering the roadway. B. Stop with part of your car on the roadway to alert other drivers. C. Drive out fast to merge smoothly with the traffic. D. Yield the right of way to pedestrians and roadway traffic. The answer is D. When entering a roadway from a driveway or private road, you must yield the right of way to pedestrians and traffic on the roadway. Question 29. Operating a motor vehicle without liability insurance. A. Is against the law. B. Is not illegal but is not recommended. C. Will result in no legal repercussions. D. Is required. The answer is A. Drivers are required to have proper liability insurance when operating a motor vehicle. The state minimum requires drivers to have a minimum of $25,000 of coverage for the injury or death of one individual, $50,000 of coverage for the injury or death of two individuals, and $25,000 of coverage for property damage. This insurance is also known as 25/50/10 liability insurance. Question 30. This sign means A. Slow down if an emergency vehicle is approaching. B. Look both ways as you cross the intersection. C. Always come to a full stop at the intersection. D. Slow down and be prepared to stop if necessary. The answer is D. Decrease your speed as you approach an intersection with a yield sign. Prepare to stop and yield the right of way to vehicles and pedestrians in the intersection or crossroad. You must come to a full stop at a yield sign if traffic conditions require it. Question 31. You may cross a double line to pass another vehicle if the line on your side is A. Solid yellow. B. A double solid yellow. C. Broken. D. Solid white. The answer is C. A broken yellow line on your side allows passing. Remember that you must observe all other rules of passing. Passing is only allowed if movement can be made safely. Acing is an extremely dangerous maneuver that can end in tragedy. Be extra cautious. Question 32. When sharing the road with a truck, it is important to remember that, in general, trucks A. Take longer distances than cars to stop. B. Require less time to pass on a downgrade than cars. C. Require less turning radius than cars. D. Require less time to pass on an incline than cars. The answer is A. Because of their size, trucks need longer distances to stop. When vehicles cut in too soon after passing and then abruptly slow down, truck drivers are forced to compensate with little time or room to spare. Question 33. A safe speed to drive your car. A. Is the posted speed limit. B. Is less than the posted speed limit. C. Depends on the weather and road conditions. D. Depends on the mechanical skill of the driver. The answer is C. The safe speed to drive your car depends on the weather and road conditions, which can vary and may require you to adjust your speed accordingly. Question 34. This sign means A. 4-lane traffic ahead. B. Divided highway ahead. C. Two-way traffic ahead. D. Intersection ahead. The answer is C. It indicates that you are approaching a location where you'll encounter two-way traffic. In other words, the one-way street or roadway you're on will come to an end, and you should expect vehicles coming from the opposite direction. Question 35. Orange-colored signs and flags mean that you must be alert for A. Road closures. B. Changed road conditions and/or road workers. C. Speed zones. D. High occupancy lanes. The answer is B. Work zone signs are normally shaped like warning signs, but they are black and orange. These signs are used only near maintenance, construction or utility areas. They are placed on or near the roadway. Stay alert and slow down when you see these signs. Question 36. Before you leave a parking space which is parallel to the curb you should A. Sound your horn. B. Turn on your four-way flasher. C. Look for traffic by turning your head. D. Look for traffic by using your inside rearview mirror. The answer is C. When leaving a parallel parking space, it's essential to check for oncoming traffic or pedestrians. Turning your head allows you to get a clear view of the surrounding area, including blind spots, which might not be visible using just your mirrors. Question 37. Where should you park when you need help after your tire suddenly deflates while driving on a highway? A. In the right-hand lane. B. Off the pavement. C. Where your car will be visible for 200 feet from the front. D. Where your car will be visible for 300 feet from the back. The answer is B. If your vehicle has trouble, try to pull off the road away from traffic. If that's not possible, ensure you are visible from behind and use your emergency flashers. Avoid stopping over hills or around curves. Question 38. This sign means A. Merging traffic is approaching from the right. B. Winding road ahead. C. Right lane ends ahead, stay to the left. D. Divided highway ahead. The answer is C. This sign is used on multi-lane highways to warn you of a reduction in the number of traffic lanes in the direction you are traveling. Be prepared to change lanes or to allow other vehicles to merge into your lane. Question 39. Before changing lanes on a multi-lane highway you should A. Sound your horn. B. Turn on your headlights. C. Reduce your speed. D. Check your mirrors and blind spots. The answer is D. Before changing lanes, signal, look in all your mirrors, check traffic behind and beside you. Glance over your left or right shoulder to make sure the lane you want is clear. Check for vehicles, motorcyclists, and bicycle traffic in your blind spot. Be sure there is enough room for your vehicle in the next lane. Question 40. What should you do if you are driving and see an emergency vehicle with flashing lights behind you? A. Drive to the right edge of the road and stop. B. Speed up to clear traffic. C. Stay in your lane but slow down. D. None of the above. The answer is A. When you see an emergency vehicle with flashing lights behind you, you should safely and promptly move to the right edge of the road and come to a complete stop. This allows the emergency vehicle to pass and respond to the emergency situation without hindrance. Question 41. You should use turn signals to indicate your intention with sufficient time to allow other drivers to see the signal. A. After you move. B. If it's raining. C. Even if they are short-sighted. D. Before you move. The answer is D. Using turn signals before you make a move is essential for informing other drivers of your intentions in advance. This gives them sufficient time to react and make appropriate adjustments to their driving, promoting safety on the road. Question 42. What should you do in case of a steering failure? A. Call an ambulance. B. Pump your gas pedal a few times to increase the pressure. C. Stay calm, use hazard lights, and pull over gradually. D. Leave the road immediately. The answer is C. In the event of a steering failure, the correct course of action is to remain calm, switch on your hazard lights to alert others, gently maneuver the vehicle toward the side of the road, and bring it to a gradual stop. This approach helps ensure safety for both you and other drivers. Question 43. Speed limit signs are A. Warning signs. B. Service signs. C. Regulatory signs. D. Destination signs, guide signs. The answer is C. Speed limit signs fall under the category of regulatory signs. Regulatory signs are used to inform drivers of specific laws, regulations, and requirements that must be followed. Speed limit signs indicate the maximum legal speed that drivers are allowed to travel on a particular road or section of the road. Question 44. How can you prevent fatigue on a long trip? A. Get enough sleep. B. Schedule regular stops. C. Plan to drive long trips with a companion. D. All of the above. The answer is D. To prevent fatigue on a long trip, you should get enough sleep, schedule regular stops, and consider traveling with a companion for shared driving responsibilities and rest. Question 45. If your car goes into water, you should A. Call the fire department immediately. B. Wait for water to rush in and let it out in small breaths through your nose. C. Remove yourself before it starts to sink. D. None of the above. The answer is C. If your car goes into water, the best course of action is to exit the vehicle before it starts to sink. Remaining inside the sinking car can be extremely dangerous, and it's essential to escape as soon as possible to ensure your safety. Question 46. A broken white line. A. Means passing or crossing is prohibited in that lane. B. Marks the right edge of the roadway. C. Separates two lanes traveling in the same direction. D. None of the above. The answer is C. A broken white line on the road typically indicates that it separates two lanes of traffic that are traveling in the same direction. This line allows for lane changes and passing when it is safe to do so. Question 47. If the entrance lane is too short to allow acceleration to expressway speed, you should A. Accelerate to expressway speed and blend with traffic. B. Stop and wait for a large space in traffic. C. Reduce your speed to 15 miles per hour or less and blend with traffic. D. Enter the expressway and accelerate quickly. The answer is B. If the entrance lane is too short for you to accelerate to expressway speed and safely merge with traffic, it's important to stop and wait for a suitable gap in traffic. This approach ensures that you can enter the expressway safely and without causing disruptions or risks to other drivers already on the road. Question 48. A driver who approaches an intersection. A. Must drive straight through the intersection, even if another vehicle is already in the intersection. B. Must yield the right-of-way to traffic already in the intersection. C. Has the right-of-way over traffic already in the intersection. D. None of the above. The answer is B. When you come to an intersection, you should let the cars already in the intersection go first. This keeps things safe and organized and prevents traffic conflicts. Question 49. You are coming to a railroad crossing where the crossing signals are flashing. You should A. Stop and look for a train. B. Slow down and look for a train. C. Look for a train, then speed up. D. Do what the vehicle ahead of you does. The answer is A. When approaching a railroad crossing, you must stop your vehicle no closer than 15 feet from the nearest rail if an installed electric or mechanical signal is giving warning of an approaching train. Be aware of other warning signs that may indicate an oncoming train, including seeing a lowered crossing gate or hearing an oncoming train. Question 50. Which of the following are used on some highways to direct drivers into the proper lanes for turning? A. Flashing red lights. B. Flashing yellow lights. C. White lines on the side of the road. D. White arrows in the middle of the lanes. The answer is D. Arrows may be used to indicate which lanes should be used for specific purposes, such as driving straight or making a turn. Question 51. If you are younger than 75 years of age, your Indiana driver's license is valid for A. 1 year. B. 2 years. C. 6 years. D. 3 years. The answer is C. If you are younger than 75 years of age, your Indiana driver's license is valid for 6 years. Question 52. For how long must you hold a learner's permit before applying for a driver's license? A. 90 days. B. 180 days. C. 45 days. D. 360 days. The answer is B. You must hold a learner's permit for 180 days before applying for a driver's license. Question 53. If a railroad grade crossing has no warning devices or only a crossbuck sign, you should A. Shift gears and proceed through the railroad crossing. B. Increase your speed and cross the railroad crossing. C. Slow down and then proceed with caution. D. Stop within 100 feet of the railroad crossing. The answer is C. If a railroad grade crossing has no warning devices or only a crossbuck sign, slow down and look and listen for a train before proceeding. You must yield the right of way to any approaching train. Question 54. If you fail a chemical test for drugs or alcohol, your license may be suspended by the Bureau of Motor Vehicles for up to A. 90 days. B. 30 days. C. 180 days. D. 60 days. The answer is C. If you fail a chemical test for drugs or alcohol, your license may be suspended by the Bureau of Motor Vehicles for up to 180 days. Question 55. In the state of Indiana, you are considered legally intoxicated if your blood alcohol concentration, BAC, is at least how much? A. 0.08%. B. 0.02%. C. 0.10%. D. 0.04%. The answer is A. You are considered legally intoxicated if your blood alcohol concentration, BAC, is 0.08% or higher. Question 56. When a driver's blood alcohol concentration, BAC, rises, which of the following happens? A. Self-control and judgment are the first processes affected. B. Coordination and muscle control are affected by the alcohol. C. Coordination and muscle control are affected by the alcohol. D. All of the above. The answer is D. Once you drink alcohol, it enters your bloodstream and starts affecting all of your bodily processes, such as coordination, self-control, and reaction time. The only cure to alcohol's effect on your brain is to wait until it exits your bloodstream. Question 57. Drinking alcohol and driving at night is especially dangerous because A. Your vision is already restricted. B. Roads are busier at night. C. You are more likely to encounter drivers who have been drinking. D. Alcohol affects your judgment at night more. The answer is A. Drinking alcohol and driving at night is especially dangerous because your vision is already restricted since it is dark out and more difficult to see. Question 58. Which of the following contains more alcohol? A. A 1.5 ounce shot of 80 proof liquor. B. A 5 ounce glass of 12% wine. C. A 12 ounce glass of 5% beer. D. They're all the same. The answer is D. All of the answers contain the same amount of alcohol. Question 59. Alcohol can affect your A. Concentration. B. Reaction time. C. Judgment. D. All of the above answers are correct. The answer is D. Alcohol can affect your concentration, reaction time, and judgment. Question 60. How many standard servings of alcohol can safely be consumed by an adult before driving? A. 1. B. It varies from person to person. C. 3. D. 2. The answer is B. The amount of alcohol each person can drink before reaching the legal limit is different for each person and depends on a variety of factors.
We hope you found our 2023 Indiana DMV practice test useful. If you did, remember to smash that like button. And if you're looking for more practice tests, check out these other videos and subscribe to our channel to see our latest tests.